Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and make a new project. And let's call it file storage. And I'll just leave empty project selected and Visual C++ selected. And here's the location, so it'll be different on different computers, but let's just kind of make a mental note of that location. And we'll click OK. In source files, let's go ahead and add a new item. And we can call it file storage.cpp. And that just got added under source files in the Solution Explorer, which is over here. But we can move over here. So there it is. So I switched computers, so let me go ahead and put in our Notepad data again over in Notepad. And I guess on this computer too, there's only that. So can we go around real quickly again and say our sorry. Okay. 2 for me. How about UV? 3. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, and Ahmed, didn't you have 5? Cool. And Jack has 1. Okay, cool. David? 3. Kriti? 1. Brad? 1. Nimish? 1. Riles? 1. 1. Nada? Matt? 2. Oh, right. Okay. Young left. So, but I think he had 1 sibling. Okay. And 1. Okay, cool. Awesome for Brian. David? 2. Brad? It's 3. And Daniel? 4 siblings. Okay, cool. Awesome. Let's just go ahead and save this as siblings.txt. And I'll open the magnifier too. But the place that we want to save it is actually going to be in Documents and Visual Studio 2017 projects. And then we called our project file input. So let's find that. Let's see if it's here. Or file storage. I'm sorry, file storage. And here's the trick. Just open up file storage, and that's the topmost folder. Okay, so in this path, this whole long path here, C users, Alex J documents, Visual Studio 2017, projects, file storage. We're just going to put it in the topmost. Okay. And so that's where we'll save it, and go ahead and just click Save. Okay. Now we're back in Visual Studio. And let's go ahead and make a program where we average our number of siblings. So we'll read from that data file. This is section 5.11, using files for data storage. And we'll see that we can use files instead of keyboard input. So really, they work almost the same way. Also, we can use files instead of the console for output, and they work in very much the same way. And the real benefit of using files for storage is that they allow data to be retained between program runs. So whereas before all the data is lost after our program ends, that's not the case if we're using files for storage. So that's kind of a cool benefit of files. Oh yeah, so it's it'll probably be in documents and then Visual Studio like 2017 or whatever. Oh, project. Oh, yeah, I'm recording this and I'll put the video up, but I'll also, yeah, let me put instructions as well on Blackboard because I'll try to make more general instructions. Yeah. Oh, it's, Visual C++ and then click the first one in this, yeah. Oh, that's cool. And then, yeah, let me know if you still want to see the project folder. Is everyone else doing okay finding the right folder? Okay, cool. Or some people to be, to sound kind of fancy, we'll say directory. So the steps to read from a file are, well, first off, we're going to have to include fstream, which stands for file stream. If we only wanted to create an output file, so in other words, just to write to a file, then we could include just ofstream. Or if we only wanted to read from a file, so just using an input file, we would just include ifstream, an input file stream. But for our purposes, let's just include fstream, and then we can do it all. We can read and write, so we can do input and output. Next up, let's go ahead and create an ifstream object. And weirdly enough, this is going to work a lot like cin, but we define it ourselves. So ifstream is the name of the class, and then we get to call the object whatever we want, like in file. And this needs to be inside the body of a method. And let's include our namespace directive as well. I'm going to get rid of this first line actually because it's kind of redundant. It's like, yeah, we're including fstream, so we know that we're including fstream. Oh yeah, Ralph. Good call. So next up, now that we've created our ifstream object, let's associate it with the file siblings.txt. And so to do that, the member function is open. And so we are calling the open function on the infile object. And we'll go ahead and pass in siblings.text as the argument. And that's the way to associate an infile, or I'm sorry, an ifstream object with a file. To process the file, we'll actually use a loop. Sorry? Yeah, and let's use a while loop. Awesome. Cool. Good question. Believe it or not, the stream extraction operator, these, greater than signs, the stream extraction operator returns true or false based on whether or not it read in, any data. So if it read in some data, it'll return true, to indicate, yeah, there was data that was, still in the file. If it returns false, then okay, there's nothing left in the file to read. Oh, it's weird, but it's this operator, the stream extraction operator. And so if we put it in a full, condition, let's call it n, and let's define n right here too. Start at 0. So this line is saying, well, so it's not called input either, it's called infile, sorry. So as long as some number then this condition will be true, and so we'll know, that we're still reading from the file. Yeah, good call. So this line is like doing tons and tons of stuff. It's like kind of punchy, right? It does like a million things at once. It reads in a value from in file to n, similar to reading in from cin, to n or any variable, and it returns true if there was a value successfully read in from in file. So then that's how we'll know to keep the input stream open. Yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah. So it's like actually super, it's relatively like straightforward compared to maybe other programming languages you've seen. Working with files in C++ is not that bad, or it's kind of like nifty, it's not totally crazy arbitrary. It's just only a little tiny bit arbitrary. Good question. Actually, this extraction operator will pull the data out, although we can absolutely use getLine if we wanted to. Yeah, yeah, if we had strings, that would be a good idea in our file to use getLine. Here we just have a bunch of integers on their own lines. Yeah. It wouldn't work with a string with spaces or tabs in it. So yeah, then we would want to use getLine, and we would pass in as the arguments in file, and then like str or whatever our string variable is. So probably the easiest way that I could have said that is getLine works the same for cin as it would with infile. Yeah, I think maybe let's keep things just to ints for now, but then maybe let's kick things up a notch and read in like full strings that could have white space and all that. Yeah. So infile is like cin in the analogy, and then n is like our variable we're reading and stuff into. And then all we have to do here, well, we can print out, and if we wanted just a little confirmation of the values being read in, that might be nice. It's up to us. Looks like I didn't include IO stream, so I better go up and do that. Oh, whoops. Zoom way out. Okay. Okay, that's not that bad, is it? Okay, okay, cool. Um, so we can reprint out the um, contents of the file. But what about our average? How are we going to calculate our average? Which is the sum over the number of numbers. Uh-huh. Cool. Okay, so what if in line 13 we also make a variable, do you want to call it tally? Cool. Okay, sounds good. And sum? Are those cool variable names? And we could put the sum inside the while loop. Okay, cool. So, okay. So you mean increment sum in the while loop? Hmm. Like this? Everyone agree with that or anyone disagree with that? Inside the while? I think that is inside the while loop. Is that what you had in mind? Cool. Nice. Okay. And Rouse, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, sure. So instead of sum equals sum plus n, equals n, does everyone agree that those are equivalent or does anyone disagree that they're equivalent? Should be. Okay, cool. Awesome. So either way, yeah, either way is fine. Cool. Can we change tally to count? Okay, cool. Let's get out our pet peeves now. Okay, so okay, count. Let's just do count. Okay, cool. And then what else? Anything else we want to change? Okay, good idea. So, how about, and where should we do that? Does it matter? Okay, one vote for inside, one vote for outside the while loop. Oh yeah, count plus plus. Inside. Cool. Okay, yeah, awesome. Thanks. I think you're right. Yeah, Daniel Jack Rouse, yeah, put it inside the while loop. Yeah. It's because the while loop iterates every time the value is read, and we want to increment count every time the value is read. Um, so that sounds good. That's a good explanation for that. Thanks, guys. Okay. But now what about our average? So let's print out the sum of our siblings, uh, and so that if we have like a big party, we know, and we are inviting our siblings. Okay, how many, whatever, how many pina coladas should we make? And then or how much Starburst should I bring? And then for the average, let's calculate that as well. Yeah. So how can we print out? Cool. Awesome. So maybe let's make a variable. What data type should it be? Oh, okay. Double. Okay. Call it AVG or average or something like that. Cool. Equals sum over count, you said, Ahmed? Okay. And we better make sure that we don't get integer division with sum and count. So how can we, sorry? Oh, you thinking of static cast? Or are you thinking of, okay, cool. Okay, let's cast one of these to a double or a float. That sounds good. What do you think, double or float? Oh, good call. Okay, so lots of options. Yeah, We could change in up there to double, or we could cast one of the ints as a sum in the division. Yeah. Um, okay, cool. I think since we had this suggestion, let's go with this, but that's another perfectly fine suggestion too. Yeah. Oh, and then let's see out the average. like that. And line, cool, nice, good. Let's get that. And now should we do the same thing with sum? Run it? Okay, cool. Sounds good. Yeah, awesome. Cool. So let's see here. I'll just add a quick pause statement because we're in Visual Studio. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Yeah. So check this out. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. So it looks like the file didn't get read right. And the average number of siblings looks like maybe we're trying to divide by 0 or something bad is happening. Oh, an NaN, not a number. See siblings.txt. Oh, part's okay. I think yeah, where do we close the loop? Here. Oh, yeah, I think here oh, I see. Oh, actually, yeah. Well, actually, no, yeah, we've got the main method ending and then, yeah, yeah. Let's see, where is siblings.txt? Make sure it's in the right place. Things. Yes. There it is there. Oh, file. Huh, that's interesting. File storage. Oh, siblings? Did we not call it siblings? Yeah. Riles? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's see if that thing. Um, okay, let's see. Properties, And Riles suggested, okay, maybe we can give this the full path. So I'll just go to properties and copy the path. And then that's a good idea because then we can see if the file is if this program actually can read a file, um, assuming that it can find it here. So here's our path name, and we'll just have to escape out the slashes. I don't think so because it's a string literal, so I think the quotes will get the spaces, will cause the spaces to be included. It's weird that the first one went away and not the other one. Oh, IF stream? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. Well, I guess since we were only going to be reading from it, um, IF stream's okay because input file is IF stream. So I think that's okay. Um, and then if we were only going to be writing to a file, yeah, we could use OF stream. And let's see, let's use the full path and let's see if we can find the file. Okay, so this looks a lot better. So it looks like the data is being reprinted out. So that's good. So it looks like if the file is found, then yes, the data gets read and the average looks like it is getting taken. We should probably add something to print out the sum and the count just to verify. Yeah, Rouse. Oh, let's make those. Let's do the. Let's print out the sum and count, and then let's try that. That sounds good. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So let's see out the sum of the siblings, and we'll just see out sum, just so that we, because if we made the change and then made this change too, it might be hard to tell what's going on. Okay. Cool. And then the number of responses is just going to be count. Okay, so let's try this and let's see about that too, if that's the right value for everything. It looks like we have interesting 16 responses and 32 siblings. Okay, so 2 I guess is the average number. Cool. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do finish the program, but that's a great question. We would see the sum of the siblings is just what 48? Is that right? Because we'd include all 16 respondents once more. Okay, cool, awesome. And then I guess the average number of siblings would be 3. Yeah, if we included ourselves. That's an interesting question. Yeah, cool, awesome. And then Riles had a thought, which is where should we put this siblings.txt file if we don't want to use the full absolute path? Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, good thinking. So the line 11, although we're associating that's a good idea. Cool, awesome. So it sounds like the goal is to associate the file just with a relative path instead of an absolute path. Yeah, cool, exactly. So we'll simplify things hopefully because we only want to just be using siblings.txt. Yes, exactly. Right. If I sent this to someone else, chances are they don't have a directory C users Alex J. Yeah, So this is a way better idea. Um, okay, cool. So Raul's suggestion was to put it in the same place as the CPP file. We can try that. Cool. So I'll copy siblings. And then we can go to Documents, Visual Studio 2017, Projects, File Storage. Let me look in here to FStream demo just for a second. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. It actually looks like, I'm sorry, it's not the topmost directory, but it's the one right below that. So I just kind of peeked at a program already on here, and I think I might have told you the wrong thing. So let's get rid of let's move the file from where it is to just one directory down in file storage. So I'll just go ahead and I'll cut this file from the topmost directory, and let's just put it in file storage, the second, file storage directory. Oh, and I guess that it's open, so let's close that. Okay, not a good way to start a class on file storage. Copied it instead of cutting it. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's, I mean, that's probably a more, less error prone way maybe. And then let's see if we can finish this out. Yeah, that is the danger. Yeah, yeah, the danger of cutting and the danger of copying. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Get this here. Let me make sure this is. One. File storage. Siblings.txt. Let's copy it. Put it in file storage. Oh yeah. Okay, and then let's paste it. Let's see if this works. Okay. And again. Okay, so just with that relative path name, let's see if it's in the right place now. Okay, so it looks like what can we conclude? Where's the right place to put one of these text files? I said it was in the topmost directory. Actually, where is the right place for it? Sorry. Yeah. Okay. It looks like it's in right. One right. The file, the directory with the same name as the project, but one below the topmost directory. Yeah. So I know, isn't that interesting? Yeah. So we ended up putting siblings.txt. I'll show you exactly where we put it here. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe we should have. Yeah. No. So yes. So it's actually twice file storage. C users, Alex J documents, and then here it'll start probably being pretty much the same. Documents, projects, and the file should go. Sure. Yeah. So it's started, but well, C and then probably users, and then maybe 17, and then storage. Yeah, that's what's yeah. That's what I missed earlier. Um, Okay, cool, cool. Um, um, so this time, let's go ahead and do this kind of a cool example. Let's get the population of San Diego from 2000. And let's go ahead and let's put that in one file, and then let's read it in, and let's make a graph in another file with stars, to represent um, population in 10,000 people. And so we'll see how San Diego has grown. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new project, and feel free to follow along. I'll post the video as well. I'll just put this in one. Or actually, I'll stop the recording and then I'll start a new video. And the videos, by the way, they are in our Blackboard page. They're just under videos now, and it's like a big playlist. There's 19 of them in there right now. A lot of them are just from chapter 4, though.